Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, everybody. We are a very funny wrestling podcast out of the Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
Subscribe to our YouTube. Hit the like button. Comment something. Follow us on TikTok and Blue Sky. I think that was pretty quick, right?
Yeah, you're confident. I'm proud of you.
So today we are talking about the 1999 Royal Rumble. Tomorrow, if I remember to release this on Friday, which I think I will, is the 2026 Royal Rumble. Dusty, if I had to ask you, because we're going to get into this 1999 Rumble, okay? Yeah. Top of your head. Will the 2026 Rumble be better or worse than the 1999 Rumble?
It almost assuredly has to be better. There's almost no way it could be worse. That's the reason we're doing the 1999 Royal Rumble, because no disrespect to the people that are participating in this Rumble. Some disrespect will be given out, but last week we did what is considered one of the best Royal Rumbles, if not the best Royal Rumble of all time, 2001. We're very much about balance on this show. So now
the yin and the yang.
Got to do the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, There is no joy without sadness. There is no peace without war. You know, you got to do two sides. There is no melancholy without the infinite sadness.
There's no blood sugar without sex magic. So we've got.
There's no stadium without Arcadium. You know what I mean? You gotta.
I gotta admit, and we're just gonna listen. Vince wins this Royal Rumble. We're not gonna we're not gonna hide it like, oh man, maybe somebody hasn't seen it. Vince McMahon wins this Royal Rumble. And I'm gonna be honest, Dusty. I do like a lot of the Vince stuff in this Royal Rumble. Everything else.
Well, and that's an interesting point. I don't think we have to, but we can say Vince McMahon, deplorable.
Bad dude.
Deplorable human being.
We are not pro Vince.
No, Vince McMahon, the character in this Royal Rumble, funny.
Honestly, dude,
he's doing a lot of work, and I don't know. It's certainly not on purpose, but man, is he given the opportunity to shine with the rest of the jabronis that are in this Royal Rumble.
This is a jabroni fest. Like right before I turned it on. And I might call this 1999 Royal Rumble was a jabroni fest. Right before we turned the mics on, Dusty said, I was like, you ready to get into this Royal Rumble? And he goes, a lot of guys. And I was like, yeah, but also kind of not a lot of guys, right?
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
We can kind of discuss as we go. So as I often do, I want to give you some runway. I know that you love runway, Andrew, to take off.
I do love runway. That is true.
Context is important here. So we are at the end of 1998 at Survivor Series. The Rock became the WWF champion, joined the corporation. Do you recall what Survivor Series 1998 was, Andrew?
I do not.
Deadly Game.
Oh, it's a deadly game. Okay, yeah. We've watched that one in the past.
Yeah, it's always a deadly game.
Yeah, the deadliest of games.
Yeah, the Hunger Games has got nothing on Survivor Series 1998. Yeah. What if in the middle of the Hunger Games, right after the touching moment where Jennifer Lawrence does the thing for the people of Panem, just Deadly Game blared through the speakers through the Capitol. It's a deadly game.
The blue meanie is there.
Yeah. He's actually the commissioner of the game.
Yeah.
So of course, Steve Austin, he's never going to get a championship match, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it turns out that because it's wrestling, the ability for Austin to get into the Royal Rumble, which is the only shot he's got to be in the main event of WrestleMania, is he has to beat The Undertaker at the December pay-per-view called Rock Bottom in a Buried Alive match, which is one of the stupidest match conceits in history. It's so silly, but it's very funny because you get to see Steve Austin use a backhoe. He does, in fact, defeat The Undertaker in the fake burial match, but gets a real ass concussion from getting blasted in the head with a shovel in that match. So
I can't believe the shovel hurt so bad. That's my worst Steve Austin ever. I didn't get ready for that one.
So, of course, Vince guarantees that Austin will not win the Royal Rumble. And he randomly, in quotes, selects Austin's number for the Royal Rumble. And when you know it, it's number 1.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Thumb on the scale, Vince.
Yep. And then Vince says, I'm going to guarantee he's not going to win because I'm going to be in the Rumble. And when you know it, I'm drawing my number. It's number 30. Check that out. How strange is that?
That's crazy, dude. I can't believe it worked out that way.
So,
wouldn't you know, won the pony. That's the perfect way. That's the perfect usage.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels is right now the commissioner of the WWF because he has a debilitating back injury that is preventing him from wrestling. And he was evil, but in a very short amount of time, he becomes good. He starts his commissionership as Vince's commissioner with the corporation,
and then he remembers, you know what, dude, I'm just a sexy boy. Yeah. What the heck is going on here?
Vince won't let me be a sexy boy.
Yeah.
Literally less than a month from Shawn being the evil commissioner to Shawn being good commissioner. And Shawn, in his role as the good commissioner, reverses Vince's number 30 decision, makes Vince number 2. So when you know it, Austin's number 1, Vince is number 2.
Wouldn't you know who lost the pony?
Yeah. Wouldn't you know how expensive a pony is?
I always forget. Oh man, I shouldn't have made a pillhead commissioner. I always forget that Vince entered at number 2, so he almost has the record.
So in the midst of that, Shawn Michaels is like, so there's got to be a new number 30. So we're going to have a corporate Royal Rumble, which is just the members of the corporation and the members of D-Generation X wrestling each other to figure out who's going to be number 30. Everybody gets eliminated. Vince comes out as a secret entrant, and he comes strutting out to the ring in his Vince way, and he's in the ring, and they're like, there's no one left. Jerry Lawler's laughing, and then DX's music hits, and Chyna comes out. Yeah. And they're like, but surely she's a girl.
She's a broad. Get her out of here.
They'll never let her in. She enters the ring.
Boo! Yeah.
Boo, I say. And Austin distracts Vince on the apron, and then Chyna throws him out. So now Chyna's number 30. So after that, they put Vince puts $100,000 bounty on Stone Cold's head. And then there's these really good training vignettes where Shane is whipping Vince into shape to be in the Royal Rumble. And they're like Rocky style videos where Shane and Vince are in like a meat cooler, and Vince is punching ribs, like big sides of beef, preparing for the Royal Rumble. And he's doing sit-ups, and every time he sits up, he goes, I hate Austin. And Shane's going, what are you going to do? And he goes, I'm going to throw him out. And every time he's doing a sit-up, he's screaming about how much he hates Steve Austin. Those are pretty good.
This is the thing, man. Like, Vince is a scumbag. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still going to, like, he was so good at the time on camera, man. Like, so I am a fan of the Mr. McMahon character and the execution of that stuff. Yeah, The Usual Suspects is a great movie.
Right, yeah.
Like, Spacey knocked that shit out of the park, you know?
Right.
So, but I'm not going to hang out with him, especially not me. I am right up his alley.
So, that is all precursor to the 1999 Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So, I know your next question is, did I order this on pay-per-view? Was I allowed by my mother, may she rest in peace, to order the 1999 Royal Rumble? Of course I was.
She was just a queen, man. Like, I've told you before, my dad would have laughed me out of the room if I asked him to buy a pay-per-view.
Well, here's the thing. That's 3 hours where I'm not going to bother her.
That's true.
I'm not bothering her about ordering the pay-per-view for me if she just ordered. That $30 buys peace of mind for about 3.5 hours. So, all right. So we got the Royal Rumble. Here we go. Austin's out number 1, and I love Steve Austin being so mad at the very idea of of 29 guys trying to beat him, because he comes out and he's motherfucking everybody.
Dude, he says the F word 3 times in the first 10 seconds that he is on that ramp.
Yeah,
and
like
he's doing
anybody yet. He's
doing the Marv. These
motherfuckers think that they're gonna beat the rattlesnake.
Yeah, you toss a rattlesnake out. You sexist shit.
Don't they know I've won this shit 2 years in a row?
Had he won 2 in a row by then?
Yeah, 97 and 98 he had won, and so he's going for the three-peat. Yeah. Vince is out number 2, and Jerry Lawler's talking to Michael Cole, because at this time Jim Ross is suffering from a bout of Bell's palsy, so he's not on camera. So Cole, very young Michael Cole, is the co-lead announcer, and Lawler's just kissing up to Vince. He goes, Vince has never lost a match. And Michael Cole goes, never even had a match. And then Jerry goes, yeah, he's never lost.
Yeah, he's never lost. Yeah.
Yeah. By that logic,
just real quick, let's get a look at what Vincent Kennedy McMahon looks like.
Dude,
listen, you don't look like that because you punched a ham a bunch of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Vince, there's a sign in the crowd that says Vince is on the juice.
The government was so pissed when he walked out looking like this.
They couldn't get him on steroids for himself or for distribution.
He's rubbing in our faces.
Dude, it's so funny that he's in a pair of like Dockers and a belt and just no shirt. That's so funny.
And and his wrists are taped, but they're not taped like a fighter is actually like tapes his wrists, but they'll offer a little bit of support. But his arms and chest are out of this world. Yeah,
he's like, and especially for his age, he's in like crazy shape, but I'm a guy who does steroids and can work out 10 hours a day. Shape.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I'm glad you said work out, because it's not just steroids. You have to put in a lot of work to still look like this, but you do, at his age, need some chemical enhancement. And his face looks normal. Like, I don't know if he had any like work done on his face before now, but this is Vince's face. Like he doesn't look like a evil doll anymore.
The gypsy's curse is still in place. So all the people that work at his house are still chairs and teacups and shit, because the gypsy's curse is in place. For some reason, the French guy's what is that? The feather duster,
Yeah.
But has a voice like an angel. So Vince comes in and the match starts, and Austin just immediately starts beating the dog shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like it's not even close to close.
It's mudhole stomping time post haste.
Yeah. A mudhole has never been stomped faster.
No.
in anyone's life.
Or harder, I'd say.
So Austin's just playing with him, and Austin's like telling the crowd that he's going to throw him out, and then he goes to throw him but fakes it and then hits Vince with a clothesline. He picks up Vince and then runs and shoulder checks him and then hits him with a Luthez press and is punching the shit out of him. Number 3 is Golga. You get eyes on Golga?
I did get eyes on Golga.
And Cartman shirt.
God damn it, it's John Tenta. Oh man.
Yeah, it's the earthquake.
Golga stinks.
Yeah. He's part of a group called the Oddities that actually have the Insane Clown Posse doing their music, but not on this because of rights issues. But their legit theme song was done by the ICP.
The Oddities also stink. We got the big acromegaly freak from the Oddities in this one at some point. And it's just I was like, Golga, god damn it! Like they're not going to put in somebody interesting, and Golga gets to the ring and is quickly dispatched by one Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He comes in, he attacks Austin. Austin immediately reverses and throws him out. And so you go back to whipping Vince's ass. Vince crawled out of the ring and crawled up the aisleway. And while they start fighting in the crowd, and this is how over Steve Austin is. It defies logic, because they're fighting up the aisleway, and there's a guy in the crowd with Stone written on one arm in black and Cold in blue written on the other arm. What is what's that for?
He's giving the double birds too. As Stone Cold is behind him, kicking the shit out of Vince up the thing
as he's walking by. And so there's a sign in the crowd that says Vince is on the juice, and Jerry Lawler screams, "Vince isn't on juice."
I wrote down. I have like 10 different signs that I've seen. There's a sign that says Mexican 316 that's very prominent this entire match. Ryan likes men on one side, and then he flips it over and it says "Give me head" on the other side of the side. There's outsiders for life. Somebody let that go and slip. Pimps up, hose down was up there. One that just said "Fat head." I've got my ticket for the Ho Train. Shamrock, one word, decaf. Total homo was one of my favorite ones. And then Sable is old was another one.
I caught the Sable is old one and the Shamrock decaf one. It's 1999, man. They were out there living.
Listen, and so some of them are a little outdated. I understand, but I just love the chaos. I love that it was just a whole crowd of circus freaks, you know?
Yeah, of psycho circus freaks.
Yeah.
One of the big problems with this Royal Rumble, one of the reasons that I would say it's not a great one, is Steve Austin and Vince fight to the back. The ring is empty. There's nobody in the ring for a match where people have to be in the ring to get thrown out.
Well, and then it's draws. So draws gets called, and draws is because I heard the Laud music play, and I was like, "Oh fuck, we're gonna get Animal or Hawk," and then it cuts and it's draws. We got draws because of the 1999 Royal Rumble gives you draws. And they had to figure out a way to make Vince not have to like bamboozle his way around this Royal Rumble for an hour. So Stone Cold whips Vince's ass backstage. They go into the area where all the like concessions is, and they fight into the women's bathroom where the corporation guys are hanging out.
Yeah, you got your Shamrock, your Test, just Big Boss Man.
Yeah,
and they start kicking Austin's ass, and the plan, of course, comes to that they're going to beat up Steve Austin so that he cannot compete in the Royal Rumble. Therefore, Vince wins because now Austin can't get his title match.
And my theory is that they picked the women's bathroom because the floor's cleaner.
Yeah, well, they can probably clear it out easier. There's not as many
one
ladies.
Girl. Hey, get out of here, China! Get out of here. You can use the other one for now.
Back in the ring, Edge is out number 4, a young ass Edge.
Yeah.
Before they've really given him anything, and this is like one of the things I love about wrestling is even when it tries to be nuanced or interesting, it's still wrestling. So it has to be broad because Edge is he's supposed to be this kind of grunge, disturbed young man with a lot of rage and a lot of like angst. But because it's wrestling, the only way that he can express that is by yelling really loud for no reason after he does a move. Like he draws down, and then he just screams. He goes, "Bah!" And Michael Cole goes, "Well, that's that inner rage inside of Edge, because how else are you going to show it?"
He sure does fight like a rat in a cage.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about this Royal Rumble, because you can even see it in the eyes of the people in the front row who came to watch Stone Cold Steve Austin whoop Vince McMahon's ass. They got Stone Cold and Vince out of there, and they're like, "Oh shoot, we lost the camera feed," because they knew that if all that was happening, nobody's looking at the ring.
Yeah,
so the camera feed gets cut. We have to watch Draws and Edge have a singles match in the middle of the ring, and I like Edge, and I'm not like anti-Draws or anything, but like you could tell the crowd was like, okay, who's gonna come out with what's happening now?
Stone Cold.
I just gotta watch Draws and Edge.
When Stone Cold's not on screen, everyone should be asking, where's Stone Cold?
Yeah, Stone Cold died on the way back to his home planet.
Number 5 is Gillberg, so they can do the gimmick. Dwayne Gill is Gillberg. He was like a jobber in the 90s that they brought back as a mystery opponent for Mankind in the Deadly Game tournament as a joke. And then
a deadly game! I'm sorry.
Not for Gillberg, it wasn't. But then they're like, oh, let's give him all the Goldberg shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he's Gillberg. Instead of going undefeated. He is only defeated. He's
Yeah.
0 and whatever, right?
Which
so
I was okay with this.
Yeah, a little bit of comedy is good. I love last week we talked about the honky tonk man.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's good. It's just he comes in, he does his thing, they throw him out, so it's not like he's competitive in this match, but now it's just back to draws and edge.
He walks out and like I don't know if the gimmick was like the pyro caught him on fire or something because
no, it hurts him because they're sparklers.
Yeah.
And Goldberg used to come out and like breathe in the smoke of his pyro and shit to look cool. Yeah.
So they were hitting Gilbert with the fire extinguishers, which is funny. And then he walks to the ring. The whole crowd's chanting Gilbert.
Yeah.
And then he gets up like holding the top rope, 1 foot on the bottom rope, and screams. And then Edge just like kind of flips him over the top.
Yeah. And then for the next couple minutes, Jerry Lawler keeps asking where the man called Gilbert is, which is pretty good. Then there's just a lot of nothing. We get Steve Blackman out. Dan Severn comes out in a t-shirt looking like a dad taking swimming lessons at the Y. And like Dan Severn is one of the baddest motherfuckers who ever lived.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look intimidating, especially in a gray t-shirt. Like, what are you doing?
He might have been out of shape or something, but so apparently him and Steve Blackman have beef. So like he tackles Steve Blackman and starts like AJ Lee slapping him. Like he's just like slapping him across. It looked it's like, dude, you're Dan Severn, bro.
Throw him in a guillotine, dog.
Yeah. But then we get Tiger Ali Singh.
Yeah. It's karate beef. Him and Steve Blackman have classic karate beef. And so
all those classic dojo wars.
Yeah. Tiger Ali Singh comes out. While that's happening, an ambulance is taking Steve Austin away. They've got him in the backstage. They put him on a stretcher. So it keeps cutting back and forth. And so again, it's like nothing that's happening in the ring is important. Dan Severn is not going to win the Royal Rumble. Like there's just no chance.
And that's the biggest failure of this Royal Rumble is there are 2 people that can win this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm interested. Well, we can wait a couple of minutes to talk about what's happening now. Next is the Blue Meanie.
Yep,
that's who you were talking about, right? He's the other guy who could have won the Royal Rumble.
It's either Vince or the Blue Meanie that can win this Royal Rumble. And the Blue Meanie, like he did his Blue Meanie shit. He needs suspenders, dog. Like he comes out in these little tiny black shorts, and his gut keeps pushing his shorts down. It's like when you squeeze something and it pops something else off on the bottom, like
he's got Pillsbury Doughboy issues.
It's really bad.
Pillsbury biscuit issues, you know.
And I don't think suspenders would have like been against his gimmick. You know, it might be hard to wrestle.
You can still wear a belly shirt while you have suspenders on.
Just something, dude. It's bad.
There are apparently very serious issues between the Brood and the Job Squad, which is a very 1999 WWE sentence to say. Like all these issues must have been happening on Sunday Night Heat, where no one was watching.
We haven't seen a feud like this since the Brood and the Job Squad.
Yeah, the blood feud between the Brood and the Job Squad.
Who else is in the Job Squad?
It's Al Snow, Blue Meanie, Stevie Richards. At this point, I think Too Cold Scorpio is in the Job Squad.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, you know, big timers, main eventers. The buzzer goes off for number 10, but nobody comes out. And then they go backstage, and Mabel, who has returned earlier in the night to beat up Mankind before his title match, is beating up Mosh. We were denied Headbanger Mosh for the 1999 Royal Rumble.
I hate it when I'm denied Headbanger Mosh.
I'd want to see Mosh. What was he going to do? Who knows?
What's the other Headbanger's name?
Thrasher.
Thrasher.
Yeah. So Mabel comes out, and he has the most impactful Royal Rumble so far. He throws out Dan Severn and Steve Blackman and Tiger Ali Singh in about 10 seconds. And he's the most accomplished guy in the ring right now because he won the 1995 King of the Ring. So right now, Mabel is the leader in the clubhouse.
And he has Andre the Giant syndrome where he can't move. So like All these guys eliminated themselves. At one point, Blue Meanie grabs Mabel's hand and puts it on his neck, like asking him to choke slam him, and then Mabel just clotheslines him. Like,
yeah.
And people are literally, Mabel is standing by the ropes, and people will go up and get between the ropes and Mabel and like half throw a punch and then get their ass flipped over the side. Like, you can't have that happen in your Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It's bad. At least Kane can move a little bit, you know?
Yeah. And so number 11 is the Road Dogg, who is, to be fair, the most over guy since Steve Austin. The crowd does all of the announcing work for the Road Dogg's entrance. Like, the music hits and they do the whole you didn't know thing while he's running out. And he gets a huge pop. And Edge is eliminated by the Road Dogg, and he takes a good bump into the table. This is, like, I know it sounds like minutia, but these are the most interesting things happening in this match.
Like, it's like, was it? Yeah, I guess it was the Road Dogg, because Road Dogg throws him over. He catches himself, and then I think Mabel hits him, and then but it says on I'm looking at the list, and it says that Road Dogg eliminates him. But remember, he got flipped over. He caught 1 foot hit. He pulls himself up, and then Mabel hits him, and then he takes a bump onto the table.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was Mabel. Somebody else hit him, but it was a cool bump. It was a cool bump. But yeah, that is the thing. We are not getting a lot of things to talk about here.
No. Next, check this out. Mabel's in the ring with the Road Dogg. Things are not looking good for old Jesse James. And the lights go out, and the Undertaker's music hits, and all of a sudden, Mabel's out of the ring getting beaten up by Ron Simmons and Bradshaw and Midian, who used to be one of the Godwins and is now part of the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness that is recently formed. And then the Undertaker comes out, and this is full on Satanist and like Anton LaVey, Aleister Crowley Undertaker, and he's got the hood, and he takes it off, and his eyes are rolled back in his head. And he starts talking to Mabel, hypnotizing him. So there's the literal devil that's in this Royal Rumble. But the funny thing is, the Ministry of Darkness sucks. He's the devil. He can't recruit anybody good to his cult, which I guess is true of most real cults. It's indicative of how it really goes.
Yeah, but this is a wrestling cult. Like, do we need the fucking Bradshaw and Farouk? Like, and who's the third guy?
It's
Midian.
Yeah, that's
you dumbass. It's Midian.
Yeah, of course it's Midian, you idiot. It's Phineas Godwin, dude.
That's Jesus Christ.
It's Phineas, and in a new gimmick.
He had to have been, he was like 31 at the time, because he's only 57 now. I just looked him up. Still alive. Good for him. That part, I know that had something to do with something, but that whole part just sucked.
Well, he's building the Ministry of Darkness, so he needs a new guy.
Oh.
So, Mabel's going to join the Ministry of Darkness, vis-a-vis. He has to come out and beat his ass.
Because this was before Wesley Snipes and shit.
Yeah, this is before Wesley. When the Ministry of Darkness, they were the darkest motherfuckers in the land. Now... Oh, I like this. This is one of the things I remember from the Royal Rumble. There's these like 5 or 6 guys in the front row, hard camera side, and they're going crazy over everything. So after the Ministry of Darkness beats Mabel's ass to the back, Gangrel is out next. And his theme song is pretty good, and all the dudes in the front row are fucking vibing to the theme song, going back and forth.
So there's a group of like 6 guys in the front row, that vibed to like probably 7 to 10 entrances, and they would either just go back and forth like this with no hands up, or they would be doing their hands up in the air back and forth. And they got me pretty hyped. Like I was down for those guys. Those guys are enjoying themselves.
Gangrel, of course, the vampire
stinks.
Sarah was watching this with me, and she looked up when Gangrel came out, and she went, "Oh,
yeah."
And I go, "He's a vampire." She goes, "Frat boy vampire." So,
I think it's Gangrel's face, dude. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I never want to see him. I'm never excited to see him. Like I think he stinks.
Good thing he's only in the Royal Rumble about 10 seconds because the Road Dogg throws his ass right out.
That's so then right, and that's why the Road Dogg's a king.
Yeah, then it's just the Road Dogg again. And then we get up next. Okay, so here is the next 4 entrants. It's Kurgan from the Oddities. Yep. Who's the very tall guy who's now wearing a leather hat like he's in the
stupid hat
like he's a 20s football player. Yeah. Al Snow, who I do like but has no chance of winning this Royal Rumble. Yep. Goldust, who I also like, but it doesn't have a chance to win. And then number 17 is the Godfather. Yeah. And the crowd pops huge for the Godfather. He comes out with 2 dancers.
Hoes. They're hosts.
They're hosts. But to use the parlance of our time.
Yeah, the proper nomenclature.
Yeah.
How was he? And I can't say how was he over. I know how he was over. The pimp craze of the late 90s and early 2000s was one of the weirdest things that we did as a society. That was back when Snoop Dogg would come out with a goblet all the time and a cane.
You could just buy a pimp cup at a regular store.
Cat Williams was almost voted president of the United States. Like it was a weird time. But like, I hate the Godfather. I almost prefer the Good Father. I never thought I'd say that.
My wife goes, I think his pimp outfit could have been better. She was like, he wasn't really committed to, because he has like baggy hammer pants because he still has to wrestle. Once he actually gets in the ring, he's got to be able to move. Yeah. So the guy with the best chance at this point to win the Royal Rumble of the 4 guys that are in the ring is Goldust. Maybe he's the most.
I think it's probably the Road Dogg. Yeah. I think it's probably the Road Dogg. It's just because the 2 most over guys in the ring are the Road Dogg and the Godfather, and the Godfather ain't winning the Royal Rumble. So like, it would probably be the Road Dogg, but they all have 0% chance of winning this Royal Rumble. It would have been the weirdest. Like, it would have been on the top list of the weirdest Royal Rumble winners if literally anybody but Vince won this Royal Rumble, or Vince or Stone Cold.
Yeah. Then number 18, the lights go out and Kane's music plays, and I was watching this going, oh, thank God Kane is coming out, which isn't a feeling I've had for many years, but I was like, thank Jesus it's Kane.
Thank God it's Kane.
Yeah,
that's gotta be Kane.
That's gotta be Kane. Because I would say of the guys in this match, Kane is 3rd in the clubhouse to be the guy who could win this. Like, he's already been WWF champion. He's over. He's one of the big stars, and he comes in and immediately cleans house. He throws out everyone else. He choke slams Goldust over the top rope. Looks like he kind of choke slammed him over the top against Dustin Rhodes' will, because he didn't really get up for that.
Dustin Rhodes didn't. He didn't land perfect either. I mean, it's what it would look like. What I appreciate about it is what it would look like if you tried to choke slam an unwilling participant out of the Royal Rumble.
It was the most real thing in this Royal Rumble. So now Kane, fuck yeah, dude. He's coming in. He's the big red machine. He's a monster. He's going to dominate this Royal Rumble. Wait a second. What's this? Orderlies from an insane asylum. God damn it.
No.
Because of course Kane was in the corporation in December. He was forced into it by being given the threat of returning to the insane asylum if he doesn't work for Vince. And he defied Vince's orders on the last Monday Night Raw. So they're trying to send him back to the insane asylum. So Kane eliminates 4 guys. Looks like a monster. A bunch of dudes in white coats run out and try to attack him. So he eliminates himself and runs off. And once again, the one match where there should be a guy in the ring at all times.
Yeah.
Ring is empty, number 2.
Kane's like, I'm not going back. I said I'd never go back.
I'll never go back. He's like...
the food's terrible.
They don't have the right kind of balm for my very burned arm. Because this is Kane 1.0.
They've only got Spanish channels.
Yeah. And on Thursday nights, we play bingo, and Marge cheats every time. I refuse to return.
And they won't let me choke slam her. I fucking hate Marge.
So the ring is empty again. And then number 19 is Ken Shamrock. And while Ken Shamrock is coming out, Vince also appears from the back. He's got a sweater now. So he's in commentary Vince mode. And I really appreciate the last third of this match. Vince is on commentary doing some excellent work. He's really good on commentary.
Yeah, he comes out and well, hold on, I forgot to mention when Kane comes out. I just looked at my notes. When Kane comes out, Michael Cole goes, "It's Kane," and Jerry Lawler goes, "I didn't think he was gonna be in the Rumble." And then the explosion hits, and as soon as the explosion hits, the King screams. He goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, I got a chuckle out of my wife as well. Yeah,
it was really good. But when Vince comes out and they're like talking about the fight with Stone Cold, he's like, "Well, I think I gave a pretty good accounting of myself, don't you think?" Yeah. he got his ass whooped and ran away.
Well, and Michael Cole keeps talking about it being a trap, and Jerry Lawler keeps telling him that it wasn't a trap, it was a plan. They planned to beat him up. They didn't trap him.
Actually, I'll get to that in a little bit. The $100,000 thing is interesting because the Michael Cole kept going, "Does this mean the corporation gets $100,000 because Stone Cold's out of the Rumble?" And he was he started to annoy Jerry Lawler. It's like, "I don't know, man. Stop asking me."
Yeah. It's what is? Oh man, there's a movie where that's one of the lines. I don't know. Stop asking me. But, it's in Pulp Fiction. Whenever they're after Uma Thurman ODs and they're at Eric Stoltz's house and he's trying to get the shot to bring her back. His wife keeps asking him a bunch of questions. He goes, "I don't know. Stop bothering me." So, the Michael Cole Lawler energy is pretty decent. And then when Vince is out there, there's a few good lines between him and Michael Cole. So Shamrock's in the ring, and then Billy Gunn comes out, one booted Billy Gunn, because earlier in the night, Ken Shamrock beat his ass and put him in the ankle lock and injured him. But Billy Gunn wants that $100,000 and wants that WrestleMania title shot. So
you would think that you want the extra support of a boot, so you would tape and then put the boot on. But
you would think that the boot might help, but
that's just like a little leaguer who got hit in the leg and he like fakes a limp the rest of the day, so everybody like thinks he's cool. Like he's like, "Hey, you guys remember Ken Shamrock fucked me up earlier, and I'm still here, so
I'm still around. Not a big deal.
I'm trying to get that 100,000."
Yeah, trying to get that oil. So they cut backstage. The Ministry of Darkness is beating up Mabel and putting him in a hearse so that they can have him join the Ministry of Darkness. They've been beating him up for 10 minutes, getting him backstage. And
you gotta hit that dude a lot. You gotta you gotta hit him a
lot. You hear an ambulance in the background, and Vince is like, "Why is that hearse making that ambulance noise?" And then I had quite a laugh because I was like, "Oh, the ambulance is back. They brought Stone Cold back to the arena."
Yeah,
that's funny. And then the camera catches as it's pulling in. Austin's driving the ambulance because, of course, he's not going to let a guy drive him back from the hospital. He's driving him. He's commandeered the ambulance. He
stole the ambulance. If in WWE, if there is an unconventional vehicle, like a non-car, non-truck vehicle that is coming towards the arena, and you don't know where Stone Cold Steve Austin is. Stone Cold Steve Austin's driving that vehicle.
That's Chekhov's vehicle because Steve Austin is in that vehicle. Test has come out in the meantime. Test is fairly new to the WWE. He's in the corporation at this point. So Austin starts making his way out, and when they show the ambulance, there is some tremendous face acting from Vince McMahon, where he's suddenly terrified, and he does like the big gulp on camera. His eyes bug out. Good Vince acting.
The face acting might be the best thing about Vince McMahon's performance in anything. He's very good at looking like a very scared chicken shit.
Yeah.
No, if it's not the consequences of my actions.
If it's not me being hoisted on my own petard. Oh no.
Oh shoot, it's the chickens coming home to roost.
I hate whenever I get hoisted on my own petard. And so the Austin comes out. Of course, the crowd pops again because they're like, fuck, we only paid to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. We didn't pay to see Draws or the Blue Meanie. Even though the Brood versus the Job Squad, very important feud.
Feud of the year.
Feud of the year. While that's happening, the Big Boss Man, who's recently joined a city state that has militarized the police, comes out because he's in tactical boss man gear this time around.
I'm glad the boss man, like, I'm sad he's gone, but I'm glad he's not around for the climate that we're currently in, because I have a feeling, I know what kind of line of work that the big boss man would currently be in.
The kind of wrestling, and we know, based on wrestling, that the take would be nuanced. It would be tasteful.
He definitely wouldn't be trying to get rid of Penta and Dirty Dom.
Yeah. I'm glad we're not in a WrestleMania 7 Hulk Hogan as the proxy defeating Sergeant Slaughter as the proxy for Iraq. We've moved past it. Vince is so scared. Jerry Lawler at one point goes, "Can I get you some water, Mr. McMahon?" And I just love Lawler's like butt kissing to Vince while he's sitting there is some great heel work from Lawler too.
For a former king, he is a very good bootlicker. Like and he knows his job. And Michael Cole knew his job during this as well. Like he didn't step on too much. Basically, every time he talked was to push the storyline along. He did hit the $100,000, I think, a little too many times, but I forgive him for that. Like Michael Cole did, like the whole commentator. We all miss JR. Like JR would have knocked this shit out of the park. Oh my God, Austin's driving the fucking.
Right. I was gonna say there's one part where I really miss Jim Ross. We'll get to it, but so up next we got Triple H. Who gets a pretty big pop, and I think in 1999, naively, I was like, because I was like, well, Triple H could maybe win this thing. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking.
Wrong.
This is Long Pants Triple H. He hasn't turned heel and become the game yet. And then just more 1999. Here comes Val Venus. Yep. Here comes X-Pac. Here comes Sexual Chocolate, Mark Henry.
They couldn't make anybody a non cringy name. Like he's just Mark, because I forgot that Mark Henry was Sexual Chocolate. Yeah. So they were like, here comes Sexual Chocolate. And I'm like, I wonder what fucking jobber played Sexual Chocolate. Yep. And then Vince goes, that's the strongest man in the world. And I went, it's fucking Mark Henry.
Yep. And then you might have been happy.
Watch your mouth.
You might have been happy about this.
I was happy about this.
Number 27, Jeff Jarrett. Now that's JEFF, JARRETT. But
wearing,
of course he comes.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's all you.
He comes out wearing a T-shirt that says, "Don't piss me off."
Well, this is his rebrand. He lost.
He came back as a guy that doesn't. He went from slap nuts to the guy who doesn't like to be pissed off.
Oh well, here's the thing. I hate to be corrective in your Jeff Jarrett history.
Be corrective.
He comes back in 1997 to the WWF after being in WCW. He loses a hair versus hair match with X-Pac at the 1998 SummerSlam. So he's short. Now he's in the flat top era. Yeah. That's the don't piss me off starting point. He hasn't even scratched the surface of Slapnuts yet.
Slapnuts came after. He hadn't had the epiphany yet.
No, he needs to be he needs further inspiration for Slapnuts.
You know how the melody for Yesterday came to Paul McCartney in a dream?
Yeah.
I bet Double J woke up and was like, Slapnuts, that's it.
He's sleeping going, J-E. J. Slapnuts.
If they piss me off, I call them slap nuts.
I call them slap nuts. That's going to be $1 million.
You just sold 200,000 T-shirts, Double J.
And I'm going to win the WCW title 8 times and no one's going to care. So, and of course, he's being managed by Deborah at this point, and this is the a low point for women's representation in the WWF. We don't have to get too into it, but things aren't great.
I mean, case in point, D'Lo Brown comes out with 2 women who call themselves PMS, right?
Yeah, yes, and the PMS stands for Pretty Mean Sisters. Yeah, that he comes out with Terry Runnels and Jacqueline, who are the Pretty Mean Sisters. Man, I like D'Lo Brown. I bought a lot of D'Lo Brown as a upper mid card guy stock. He had injured his sternum legit, so he'd started wearing a chest protector, but then that helped his finisher, the frog splash, be more devastating, and so he just kept the chest protector on even after his chest was healed, which is like one of the best. It's like whenever a wrestler hurts his arm and then he never takes the cast off, he wears it for years.
Well, it was like Rip Hamilton for the Pistons. He broke his nose and had to start wearing that mask, and then his nose healed and he took the mask off and didn't feel right, so he just kept wearing the mask.
Yeah. DDP and the perpetual taped ribs. You know, like you just have a gimmick, you stick with it. Vince on commentary his desperation is so funny because there's like points where Cole and Lawler are calling the match, and then Vince just chimes in and he goes, "Somebody's got to eliminate Austin."
He just keeps going.
Come on, King. Somebody's got to do it. I'm writing a $100,000 check. God damn it!
He said I would love to take $100,000 away from
Shane McMahon,
Shane's trust fund.
Yeah,
and he'll be like, I hope somebody wants to win that $100,000. And that's the funny thing. There's $100,000 bounty for the person who throws Steve Austin over the top of this thing, over the top rope, and for some reason, like the big boss man is just 1v1ing badass Billy Gunn and not even paying attention to Steve Austin in the ring, and Steve is just fighting against X-Pac. Like,
he's beating up Val
throw
Venus
him over the top, dude.
Yeah, what if all of you split the money? There's a part where I forget who it is, but it's 2 guys and they're trying to throw Steve Austin over, and I think Michael Cole goes, if they both throw him over, do they split the money? And Vince goes, I don't care. They can do whatever they want.
Vince could not wait to give somebody $100,000 to throw Steve Austin over them.
A really funny line where Michael Cole goes, "Now, will that be $100,000 in cash, or are you going to write a check?"
Yeah.
And Vince goes, "I think my word's good. Probably be a check."
Yeah.
And
he's like, yours always clears, right?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
Like he can't bully anybody in the ring, but he can still knock Michael Cole down to size pretty easily. Number 29 is Owen Hart, who is like in the doldrums of his WWE run, unfortunately.
And also, unfortunately, not long for this world. I think he dies 2 months later or something like that.
In May. So this is January, January, and he passes away in May.
Yeah, and it's just obviously it's the biggest shame is that he died, but it's I'm just such a big Owen Hart fan. Like, I think he should have been a top guy for a long time, and they ended up being like, oh, what if you're a sack of shit superhero?
Well, and obviously the whole thing is tragic, but one of the real tragedies is they wanted to put him in a more risque storyline, and he said no because he was a principled human being and loved his wife, and as a joke they made him the Blue Blazer again, like as sort of punishment and as sort of a way to just make fun of him, and then all of that spiraled into the idea that ultimately led to obviously his tragic passing away. But here he's just he's not in the Nation of Domination because that's not a thing anymore, but his gear just has like caution tape on it. And
it's just white bread, directionless Owen Hart. And it's like, dude, just put him in some pink. Like, I know you're not happy with Brett right now. Like, is Brett still in WCW at this time, or is he
still in
gone?
No, he's still in WCW, also languishing
Yeah.
away as like a proxy member. No, he's in the NWO at this point. Because of course,
aren't we all?
Why would it not be? Yeah. You heard the music. You've been transformed into a member of the NWO.
Is Buff Bagwell still in WCW at this time?
Buff Bagwell still around, also still in the NWO.
Damn it, I love Marcus Bagwell.
Yeah. So it's a bummer. I believe he and Jeff Jarrett win the tag titles the next night, which was like they were a fun little team. But that was the storyline. They wanted to do like a love triangle with Jeff Jarrett, Owen Hart, and Deborah, where it's
okay. And then that's why they break up and all that shit.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so,
people, hey, asshole, people know I'm married. Like, I know this is like a fake story thing, but
yeah, I'm a man of principle. I came back because you promised that you'd treat me like a main eventer, and then I get one match with Shawn Michaels. I don't even get my match with Shawn Michaels because he's afraid I'm going to whip his ass for what they did to my brother.
Which is fair.
Which is, to be fair, what I plan to do.
I would have whooped his ass, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. Austin leaves the ring just to throw water on Vince. Yeah. He's got to your point. There's a bounty on his head and a bunch of supposed killers in the ring, and he's got enough breathing room and space to roll out of the ring to just throw water on Vince for no reason.
And the funny thing is, like, he wants the WrestleMania match for sure.
Yes.
But Stone Cold Steve Austin is right. I mean, this is he's hated Vince for a long time. Yeah. This is probably tied for also the most that he's hated Vince. Like, he's really mad at Vince McMahon. Vince just got Stone Cold's ass whooped in the women's room. So right. Like, if he's willing to leave the ring for any reason to splash water on his face, why didn't he also just whip Vince's ass really quick?
Maybe the water, he was like, well, the water's not going to make a huge sound. If I try to hit him with a chair, that's going to bring unwanted attention to me. Now I'm going to roll back in the ring.
Plus, he's wearing a mic. If I hit him with a chair, it's going to make a real bad sound for the broadcast, and I am a professional.
It might pique somebody in the truck. I know they don't like that. Number 30, the last entrant is Chyna. She is the first woman to be in the Royal Rumble. She gets a pretty massive pop.
She got a pretty good pop.
She's very popular.
She looked pretty stoked when she was walking out too. Yeah. Like she looked like it was a big moment for her.
She had been in the storyline with Mark Henry, where Mark Henry had been trying to woo her, and also had insinuated that she and Mark Henry had hooked up.
Imagine the kids that they would have made.
World's Strongest Kids.
That would have been an unstoppable force.
Yeah. That's
how they made Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Turns out that's so they of course she gets in the ring and she immediately, Mark Henry's 400 pounds. She beats the dog shit out of Mark Henry. He gets zero offense.
Yeah.
She and he sells for her great. And she beats him up and she throws him over. And in a moment that I can't fully understand, that's very funny, but it's very strange. She throws Mark Henry over. The crowd pops. Steve Austin sets up camp behind her. He's roasting marshmallows. He's making hot chocolate. He's putting on the game. He's got so much time.
He's tightening his shoelaces. Untying him, tightening him, tying her back up.
He's getting the attention of the other guys to ask them what he should do.
He's doing that basketball thing where they lick their hands and rub the bottom of their shoes.
Yeah. They pop. Chyna turns around. Austin blasts her with a clothesline over the top rope, immediately eliminating her from the Royal Rumble. Mark Henry hasn't even left the ringside area. That's how fast she's out. And it was like, just for that one spot, I guess. Or you don't want her to have to fight all the other dudes. It's a pop, but it's just weird.
She can't you can't have her in 1999. You can't have her hold her own with all the guys.
Sure.
I'm lucky. I'm surprised that they had her hold her own with Mark Henry, the strongest man in the world.
Sure.
And it's a very Steve Austin thing to be like, get the and I say this about men too. get this bitch out of the ring. You know what I mean? Like I need her gone. You know,
he's singularly focused in his attack. So
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit where you pee. Get out of the ring.
our final four are Owen Hart, the Big Boss Man, D'Lo Brown, and Steve Austin. Vince is still technically in the match, but the final four guys in the ring.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be left at the end of this thing? D'Lo Brown does hit a pretty sweet frog splash on Steve Austin. They do let him get his finish in.
Yeah.
And then in quick succession, they all get eliminated. Austin hits the Boss Man with the stunner and eliminates him. And now it's back to Austin and McMahon. And the crowd does a really cool pop, because it's like they sort of realize
anticipatory pop.
Yeah, it gains momentum because they realize, oh shit, now it's back to Vince and Austin.
And once again, the Vince McMahon face acting. They cut to Vince, and Vince is like, "Oh no!"
The chickens, the roosting, it's all happening.
Oh man, my petard.
And Austin gets out of the ring, and he's staring at Vince, and Vince just goes, "Come on, Steve."
Yeah, he does. He very softly says, "Come on, Steve." It's great, dude.
And then Austin either kind of trips or he doesn't have enough juice in his legs. He tries to jump over the table to get Vince, but it's pretty awkward. He doesn't actually grab a hold of Vince, and Vince starts like rabbit punching him in the face.
Those little tiny short punches.
Like it's the end of an MMA fight that he's hammer fist.
Where the guy's like pretty much knocked out, and the guy's giving him bullshit punches and looking up at the ref like, "Hey, stop this fight."
Yeah. And then the Brock Lesnar hammer fists of shots. And so while this is happening, Jerry Lawler is pretending that he wants to help Vince. First he yells at Michael Cole and he goes, "Help Vince." Michael Cole goes, "Why don't you do it?" And he goes, "Okay." And then he's like, "Man, there's too much stuff in the way." Like he can't get around him. And then he goes, "Stop holding my arm back." Michael. It's great. Austin takes his time. He starts beating Vince's ass. And then he grabs a chair to hit Vince, but Vince won't turn around. They kind of walk around the ring, like halfway around the ring, where Vince has his back turned to Austin, and you can just tell he's waiting for him to turn around so he can blast him with his chair. But Vince's timing isn't so good yet. He hasn't had a lot of ring time.
He's probably talking to himself. "All right, Vince, like this is gonna suck ass, but think of the money that we're gonna make tonight."
I'm gonna make $1 million fucking dollars off of this. Austin blasts. He doesn't really blast Vince with the chair. He hits him with it.
He hits him pretty good. It's not crazy, but he hits him pretty good.
He gets Vince in the ring. He hits him with a stunner, and he's getting ready to throw him out. And then the Rock appears in the aisleway. This is a Rock who has, about an hour ago, beat Mick Foley's ass with a steel chair to oblivion. That's this Royal Rumble.
Okay,
He's hit Mankind in the head 11 times with a steel chair.
A handcuffed Mankind, right?
Handcuffed Mankind in the head with a chair about 11 times, and now he's out in a very nice looking shirt. With the title, egging Austin on. And there's like, the way the camera is, this is the first time I've ever noticed this, but it's very interesting. Like, you can tell they're both, Austin and Rock are both waiting on Vince. Because Vince is selling. So like, it cuts to Austin in the ring and he's talking shit to Rock, but you can see him kind of side-eyeing to see if Vince is ready. And then they cut to the Rock, and the Rock is motherfucking Austin, but you can see him also look over to see if Vince is up yet.
And Vince takes a long time to stand up. I don't know if maybe because wasn't it
he might have been rocked for real from that chair, but
it was headshot, and then he brought him in and stunnered him, and then he hit him with the elbow. So like,
the double bird elbow.
Yeah, I understand why it would have taken a long time for Vince to get up, but Vince has to realize that the Rock can only distract the rattlesnake for so long.
He can only go like that. So many times. So then Rock jumps up on the apron. Austin goes to attack him. Vince stumbles up, grabs Austin's leg, and flips him over the top rope. which is mirroring how Vince got eliminated in the corporate Royal Rumble a couple weeks before that, where Austin distracted him.
Yeah.
Which is a nice piece of storytelling. And McMahon wins the Royal Rumble to like shock from the audience. It's you could tell they were not anticipating that Vince was going to win this match. And that's a really good piece of business. And like Vince collapses in the ring after he wins. And this is the moment where I miss Jim Ross. This is the moment where Ross would have had the blown a gasket on behalf of
the devil himself has won again.
That son of a bitch. I swear he's the devil incarnate.
Hell has frozen over. At the duck pond.
On a cool night in Anaheim, I will say that hell itself has frozen over. That son of a bitch is going to WrestleMania. Like, he
always finds a way.
Yeah, he's the devil himself is that's a really good call. So Austin gets up and he's going to get back in the ring because he's like, okay, I lost. I can deal with that. I'm going to whip Vince's ass some more because that's what I'm really here to do. And him and The Rock intercepts. So he and The Rock fight to the back. And then McMahon's cronies, Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, and Shane McMahon all hit the ring. And they grab beers. They're doing the Austin thing where they're telling the guy to throw them beers into the ring so they can celebrate.
Give me some fucking beers. Oh, by the way, The Rock says, what does he say? What does he say? Yeah, he said "fuck you too" to a fan before he walks out. But yeah, the Vince is like, "Give us some beers," and they throw one beer each. And I love this, dude. I love it so much. Like, this guy, he gets lucky to win the Royal Rumble, but he's gonna do his freaking victory lap, even though he got his ass beat every single time they fought.
Well, he accomplished his goal. His goal was to make Austin not the winner of the Royal Rumble, and he did it. So that, and I was waiting because the art of storytelling, like McMahon, Shane, and the Stooges all have a beer, and I was waiting for them to do the big fucking slam together of the beer, but they don't do that because they're not guys who drink beer like Steve Austin drinks beer. They do a little clink because they're proper gentlemen, like
if you watched closely though, Vince is squeezing his can a little bit because he wants the beer to be going everywhere. Vince kind of knows what he's doing, but the other guys are like, and then finally Vince climbs up on the corner and Michael Cole is acting like he is just pissing on the Bible. He can't believe that Vince McMahon is doing this, and Vince pours the beer into his mouth, and it looks like he's actually swallowing the beer. Like,
he's probably a little bit famished. He has been getting his ass whipped for about 4 or 5 minutes. So
he deserves a beer.
So Vince wins the Royal Rumble, like you said. This event took place. Oh, and No Chance in Hell plays, and this is the first time it ever played. This No Chance in Hell was the theme song for this Royal Rumble, so it wasn't Vince's song yet.
Okay. Because somebody said earlier on, like they said the words "No Chance in Hell." He's got no chance in hell or something.
That was the tagline. There's Austin
because Austin has no. Okay,
yeah. So. This event took place January 24th, 1999 from the Anaheim Pond in Anaheim, California. 14,816 people.
Austin might have had a chance in heaven, but he had no chance in hell tonight. But tonight, Anaheim was hell on earth.
The buy rate for this pay-per-view is in 650,000 buys for the Royal Rumble, which sets off 1999, which is fiscally, at least at the time, the most successful year in WWF history. Like, this is the year they bury WCW. Like, the WCW runs for a couple more years, but like, they are so hot, and they're so hot in spite of how shitty everything is like everything is a character. There's the mid card and the low card. People don't care, but everyone is over. So I don't know there's no work rate. The undercard matches are really terrible, but all the characters are over. It's crazy.
Because it's stupid storytelling, but it's storytelling. Like
Yeah.
you can't, and it's lightning in a bottle, man. Like you can't. It's not like, and we talked about it before. Like they might need some like authority figure to fight against because it seems like a good vehicle, but like you can't do this with Triple H right now. Like
No.
because especially now that you're making the TV shows and the Netflix show and all that stuff. Like you can't do this because of that. Like kayfabe was not really alive in 1999, but it was way more alive than this. Like watching the Super Bowl compared to what it is now. So like, but
people believed Steve Austin. The most important thing is, okay, the Blue Meanie might be horse shit. Val Venus doesn't make any sense, whatever. Steve Austin is both entertaining, and I believe that guy wants to kick somebody's ass, and that he's capable to do it.
And and I see the defiant, like all of my it's what I would want to do to my boss. Like he's acting out all of my like fantasies and impulses, and all the parts of my being, the counterculture being that I have that I can't actually enact in real life. Stone Cold Steve Austin does to that asshole Vince McMahon every week, you know.
And DX is funny, and The Rock is funny, and Mankind's a tough son of a bitch, and like the Undertaker's cool. Like they have at the top an insane amount of cachet, and it's all on the back of Steve Austin being a guy that, like you said, every dude in the late 90s, because of this weird aggro energy that existed, wanted to be or wanted to like live vicariously through, like but speaking of the Royal Rumble, the opening match, Big Boss Man versus the Road Dogg, was 11 minutes 52 seconds. That got 2 stars. Okay. Ken Shamrock beats Billy Gunn by submission to retain the Intercontinental Championship. 14 minutes 24 seconds. That got 1.25 stars.
Goddamn.
X-Pac defeated Gangrel to retain the European title. This got 2.5 stars. I remember that being a pretty decent match at the time. Only 5 minutes and 53 seconds. So, you're not hurting anybody by doing that. Sable defeated Luna Vachon in a strap match in 4 minutes and 43 seconds for the women's title. This got a dud rating at the time. And then The Rock defeated Mankind to win the heavyweight title in 21 minutes and 46 seconds in an I Quit match by beating his brains in with a chair.
He bear Jewed him.
He's gonna beat your ass to death with it. What he's gonna do. And that got 3 3/4 stars. So like
you take your kraut licking finger.
But like this Royal Rumble, a good Royal Rumble, in my mind, like we talked about last week, you need 4 to 5 guys that could theoretically win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That there's a good shot that they could win. That helps the anticipation of the match. Or you need a super over babyface, because I haven't looked at the 1998 roster of Royal Rumble participants, but I bet it's not much better than this. But everybody knew Steve Austin was winning that Royal Rumble, so they just want to see him win.
I'll tell you real quick. Cactus Jack, Chainsaw Charlie, Tom Brandy, The Rock, Mosh, Phineas Godwin, 8-Ball, Blackjack Bradshaw, Owen Hart, Steve Blackman, D'Lo Brown, Kurgan, Mark Marrow, Ken Shamrock, Thrasher, Mankind, the artist formerly known as Goldust, Jeff Jarrett, the Honky Tonk Man. Well, you got the Honky Tonk Man. Ahmed Johnson, Mark Henry, Skull, Kama Mustafa, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Henry Godwin, Savio Vega, Farouk, Dude Love, Chains, and Vader. Okay. So you got three. You got two McFoleys and a Chainsaw Charlie.
No, you get 3 McFoleys. He was all 3 guys.
Was he? Oh yeah, Chainsaw. I thought that was Terry Funk.
It was. He was Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love.
Did I miss that?
You might have missed.
I forgot about Mankind. I forgot about Mankind. Oh, okay. I forgot about the biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ever forget about Mankind. So yeah, there's a lot of actual guys that are very similar, because Kama Mustafa is the Godfather. In 1999. So there's a lot of like crossover, and there's in some ways worse guys. Like The Rock is in the 98 Rumble, but he's in the mid card at that point. He's not been elevated to the main event at that point. So
he gets eliminated by Stone Cold. He's in there.
He's the last guy the Austin eliminates.
Yeah, he's in there for 51 minutes and 32 seconds. He's in there.
Yeah, this was his big, like, sort of coming out party where they're sort of starting to build him towards that. But yeah, everybody in that Rumble stinks too. There's nobody.
Yeah, it's a pretty thin card, except for, I mean, like I said, you get 3 McFoleys and a Chainsaw Charlie, which is cool. Yeah,
and a Vader. And
a Vader.
Vader at the end. But
Leon showed up.
Like, nobody else in this match is going to win except for Steve Austin, and then number 2 in the clubhouse is probably Vince, and then like Vince had a better chance of winning this match than 28 other dudes that are on his roster, because Mankind's in the title match, Rock's in the title match, even everybody else that was on this show in the opening matches were in the Rumble. That's how thin the roster is. Everybody else had to wrestle twice. Like Big Boss Man, Road Dogg, Shamrock, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, Gangrel, they're all in the Royal Rumble because there's not another set of dudes. I don't know where Thrasher was, but he wasn't around for this one.
It's interesting. Christian defeated Jeff Hardy in the first dark match. Feels like you could have used those guys in the thing. Were they not big? Were they not like established
they were not guys yet? Yeah. So the Hardys are somewhere. No, the Hardys aren't even anywhere. In the early '99, they're not around. So, like,
so it's just Jeff. Yeah, because Jeff was in that dark match.
Right, Matt and Jeff are around, but they're still jobbers. They're not.
Oh, they're just not doing anything. Yeah. Okay.
So, like, you couldn't put them in this Royal Rumble. They hadn't signed the Dudleys, the Benoit, Malenko, Jericho, Saturn. All those guys come in '99 and 2000. The Big Show shows up the next month. Like, they're going to get an influx of better talent, but '99 is a historically terrible year as far as like in ring goes, but it's also the hottest the company had ever been because they had all of the momentum from Austin McMahon.
It's just the power of Steve Austin, man.
Yeah,
like
people didn't care.
It's unbelievable how he just carried that company at the time. I mean, and honestly, we talked shit about this Royal Rumble. If you really talk about the minutia and all that, it's not a good Royal Rumble. But I wasn't like, God, I hope this Rumble's over soon. Like there was enough stupidity in the middle of the cool stuff that I enjoyed watching this Royal Rumble. You know.
Yeah. Well, even just look, I mean, the most damning thing about this Royal Rumble is we've got a vampire, we've got a demon, we've got a porn star, we've got a pimp, we've got
a blue meanie,
and a Gilbert, like and 2 sets of oddities. So like. That's
it's always tough when you've got 2 oddities, bro.
You need to go see a doctor if you've got 2 oddities. That's what's so interesting is like,
and they got Kane out of there immediately.
Yeah. Like it's all
Kane
characters.
was in it for 53 seconds.
It's all characters, but it's all characters that are bad or aged poorly. Like,
but that gives credence to and I'm going to plug our resolutions podcast when we talk about what we want from wrestling in 2026.
Yeah.
What you said about having weird, interesting, stupid gimmicks, because we don't need another Godfather, but we also need there needs to be some comic relief. It's wrestling. It is professional wrestling.
A Beast Mortos, or a Mystery Iguana are like the modern version of that.
We talk about it, like even an Elias. Or a Tyler Breeze, like something that is a little bit of comic relief in the middle. Doesn't have to have crazy work rate. We don't have to do the flippy shit, and you don't have to take it seriously. It doesn't have to like factor into the main event, but like you're gonna have a lull in your Royal Rumble. At least have it be something ridiculous, you know.
Yeah. To tie a bow on this, because this is your guy. This is the Vince Russo special. Right here.
He's not my guy, but I do think he deserves a little bit more credit than he gets.
Vince wins the Royal Rumble. The stakes of the Royal Rumble are the winner gets to wrestle the champion at WrestleMania. But wouldn't that be a conflict of interest? The Rock is the corporate champion. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? The next night on Raw, Vince, after winning the pay-per-view that I had to pay to see, comes out and relinquishes his title match. Says, you know what? Don't need it. Don't want it. Doesn't matter. On the screen, Steve Austin appears. He's not in the building. He's on the Titantron. Out of frame comes Shawn Michaels, who's the commissioner. And he goes, me and Steve, we were looking at the rule book. And it says, I just heard you say that you relinquish your title match. Well, turns out, if you relinquish your title match, in the bylaws, the guy who was the runner-up gets to the championship title match.
It was all for naught.
Nothing. And so Austin says, you know what? Now I get my title match, but here's the thing. I really liked beating your ass last night. So here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to put my title match on the line to get a one-on-one match with you at the next pay-per-view. And I suggest, since all you want to do is run around, it'd be a steel cage match. So the Royal Rumble and the finish of the Royal Rumble is completely retconned to set up the main event of the next pay-per-view that you have to pay money to go see.
Which is Vince versus Austin
in a cage at St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Why does the tagline is "There's no love lost in this in your house classic featuring the biggest superstars of the Attitude Era"? That's a little wordy.
I think that's I think that is a tagline that was put after the fact, because they didn't call it the Attitude Era while they were doing it.
That is true. It's like calling it the Middle Ages. Like they didn't know they were in the Middle Ages.
Man, I love living in the Middle Ages. I will say the St. Valentine's Day Massacre poster still pretty dope.
It is good, and I'll show it right now. Hold on, but the interesting. Why did Vince take that? Why didn't Vince say no? Wrestle the Rock.
Because if Vince won, then Austin would lose the title shot. And so...
Hey, but Vince isn't going to win.
You can't tell a man that beat the federal government that he can't beat a guy in a fight.
That is true.
The hubris of man, you know?
I like the blood on the hand on this poster,
That's what's cool about it, is the blood in the roses. But, yeah, so they use classic fucking Russo taking the stakes and completely minimizing them to then sell you the next thing that you got to see the next part of it. But I was among the 450,000 people that ordered this pay-per-view to see Vince versus Austin in a steel cage.
I'm Dusty. I'm going to do something right now, and
okay.
I've never done this before. Next week we're going to have to talk about what we're going to talk about the results of the WWE Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, of course we are.
The 2026 one.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch in your house St. Valentine's Day Massacre?
You know what? If it's on, if it's available, I'll watch St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Is there a particular reason that you're interested in St. Valentine's Day Massacre?
Because we just saw the Royal Rumble of this, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about where the WWF was at the time. And we can get a little bit more of the essence of what a full pay-per-view looked like. How do you feel about that?
I'm into that. Do you have the card in front of you?
I do have the card, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to burn everything. I know the first Goldust defeats Blue Dust in the first match.
Well, don't look at defeats. If you close it, I'll give you the match card. Okay. We got Goldust versus Blue Dust.
Yeah.
Bob Holly versus Al Snow for the vacated WWF Hardcore title.
Okay.
Big Boss Man versus Midian.
Oh, fuck. All right. Starting to regret my decision.
Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart versus D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry for the tag team titles.
Okay.
Val Venus versus Ken Shamrock for the Intercontinental title, where Billy Gunn is a special referee.
Okay.
The Corporation, whose members now include China and Kane, take on Triple H.
Kane's back in the Corporation.
Kane's back in the Corporation. Doesn't want to go to the mental institution.
Yeah.
Takes on D-Generation X of Triple H and X-Pac. Mankind versus The Rock for the WWF title in a last man standing match.
I'm on board for that.
Okay. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mr. McMahon in a steel cage match to determine the number one contender for the title. I will do this. I think if we're going to do this, I'm going to pitch an idea to you.
Okay.
Because I talk about Vince Russo all the time. And we don't have a disagreement. I know he's not your guy.
He's not my guy. I think
that it should be a 3-part series. We've watched this Royal Rumble match.
Okay.
We should watch St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And then we should watch WrestleMania 15. Because WrestleMania 15 is the epitome of Vince Russo.
Okay, did we watch for WrestleMania 15 for our previous show?
We've never watched WrestleMania 15.
All right, dude. If you're into this, I'm into this.
I'm into it. I don't want to tell you anything about WrestleMania 15. I regret telling you the match card for St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I want you to go into these shows as blind as possible.
Yeah.
Because I think that
as blind as Jake the Snake after Mark Marrow.
As Jake the Snake, get a can of arrogance, spray it in your own face. Okay, I think that's fun. I'm into that.
Okay.
I just want to shout out 1999. We were talking about a different time. Number one on the Billboard charts. My guy, DMX. The album, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
And the very next week, Baby One More Time by Britney Spears hits.
Well, and we talked about it. The Royal Rumble that we watched last time is a pre 9/11 world. This is a pre Columbine world. We're just getting more and more innocent as the years go by.
Things are going well. We also at the movies. All right. I'm gonna name all these movies that are in the top 15. Ooh. I'm gonna say you might have seen 4 of these movies. Just give me a quick heads up if you've seen it.
Okay.
Number 1, a movie I desperately wanted to see whenever I was 15 years old, Varsity Blues.
I actually have not seen that movie. I've seen the scene.
Sure.
In that movie. But I have not seen that movie. Was that one of the 4?
It was, but I have another one that might be in here.
Okay.
Number 2, Patch Adams.
Oh yeah, I love Patch Adams.
That movie
Big
stinks.
Patch Adams guy.
It's really bad.
Listen, I was a sick kid, bro. I wanted a Patch Adams.
Yeah,
I had a guy that would come to my house with a bunny to try to convince me to stop being terminally ill.
So sick.
So I had a guy who would dress as a clown and come to my house.
Yeah,
try to trick me into not being sick anymore.
I know you've tried all the medicine, doctor, but let me ask you this: have you tried laughter?
It might have worked. It probably created the unsuccessful monster that I am now, making no money in radio and doing stand up again.
All right, we're in a run of movies I'm guaranteed you've never seen.
I'm trying to heal the world, Dusty.
Yeah. Civil Action.
No.
The Thin Red Line.
No, I'm sure my dad watched it with me in the room at some point, but no.
Sure. Stepmom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon
and Julia Roberts.
I had a sister.
Stepmom. So yeah.
I had a sister.
At First Sight.
No.
Not even aware of that movie's existence.
Yeah.
You've Got Mail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into those, man. Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Give you a rom-com all day.
Yeah.
Number 8,
I'm at 3, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 8, you were a religious child as I was, The Prince of Egypt.
Oh yeah.
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 Also pretty good. Not a bad film.
I remember loving it. I don't remember those like animated Disney classics. I don't remember, like, I saw Aladdin 150 times. We talked about this the other day. I don't remember anything about that movie.
I saw Aladdin and Royal Rumble 1993 quite a bit on the same tape.
Dude. On the same
from my
tape,
grandma.
Yeah.
Shakespeare in Love.
No.
A Simple Plan.
I'm at 4.
You're at 4. Anything else is gravy now.
What's that last one?
A Simple Plan.
I heard you're doing okay, but I have not seen A Simple Plan.
Great movie. People should see it. Number 11, Virus.
No.
Well, what's that? A COVID movie? Nailed it.
I was gonna say I saw it in 2020. Huh? You know what I mean?
Number 12, In Dreams.
Roy Orbison song?
No, I don't know what this movie is.
I want.
13, Bug's Life.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Yeah, dude.
There's a shitty like Flash video game for A Bug's Life on the Microsoft back in 2000 or whenever.
Yeah,
I played a lot and it sucked, but it was good. We thought it was the coolest thing ever. So yeah, I saw The Bug's Life. So I already beat the record.
Yeah, you're nailing it. Guess what? You might get one more. Depends on how you feel about the film Mighty Joe Young.
Is that Tim Allen?
No, I don't know who's in Mighty Joe Young. Big Monkey.
Big Monkey.
Movie.
I mean, if it's a big monkey, I probably saw it.
Yeah. If there's one thing I know about you like a movie that has a large monkey.
So that movie came out in 1998. Bill Paxton, Charlize Theron, and some other people. Damn,
Charlize Theron is in that movie.
December 1998.
And Joe Young, the mighty Joe Young.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that. I could have, but I'm gonna give myself a no. What's the boxing Tim Allen movie?
Joe Somebody.
Joe Somebody. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. Mighty Joe Somebody.
Mighty Joe Somebody. He fights an ape.
Yeah. Number 15, a movie called Gloria. I've never heard of. So, dude, you nailed it. Films from 1998, and you've got quite a pocket.
And listen, man. Later that year, December, one of the greatest movies of all time. Also, Tim Allen vehicle comes out, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest by the
need your help
by the hammer of Grabthar. All right, thank you everybody who listens. We appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that watches on YouTube. We also appreciate it. Leave a comment, leave a suggestion. Tell me if you've seen the movie A Simple Plan, because it's really good. And we will be back.
I'm trying to forget that. Sorry.
And we'll be back next week. We are reviewing St. Valentine's Day Massacre at Andrew's request. Just remember this, Andrew. It's your request.
I'm a wrestling masochist, bro. I really am. Yeah.